So when it comes to books, there is this one book. If you read and master, you will start making $1 million every month of your life starting from the next month. Yes, I am lying because there is no such thing. Hello everyone, my name is Joe and welcome to my YouTube channel Joe Becoming a Millionaire, where I share tips and tricks that I am learning myself during my journey to become financially free. If you are interested in becoming a millionaire, don't forget to subscribe. For today's video, I have what we call a book haul, which means I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna show you the list of books that I've read so far this year and the few books that I want to read for the rest of the year. But before that, let me get you or give you my little story about books. So basically, I think as anyone, I grew up knowing or believing that books are great, that can help you in different aspects of life. But I never got the discipline to start reading books. Every time I sat down to start reading, it was so boring and I quit. So I can tell you that my whole life until the age of 23, I only read like 2 or 3 books maximum if we don't count school books. It was only at the age of 23 when I started the blog that I started reading a little bit more. By more, I mean I started like reading 2 to 3 books maximum every year. Basically, my blog was about success, so I needed inspiration from other people, and this is why I started reading. So I kept going by reading like 1 to 3 books every year, and it was only until the pandemic hit the world. And that is when I started working from home, so I started having more time, and I decided that I will be reading about 1 book a month. And I think I did so well compared to what I used to do before, which is to read 1 to 3 books a year. And now I am on my 6th book. So now I'm gonna tell you the list of the books I read this year. I may do full reviews of books in the future on this YouTube channel. So if you are interested, subscribe. For the first book I read this year is Made to Stick, and this book is a marketing book that will help you create ideas that stick, which means that people will remember them and talk about them a little bit more. And you can use this for marketing, because we all know that marketing is all about making people remember your products and talk about them more. And the second book I read this year is Who Moved My Cheese, which was on point for what was going on around the world. I read this on February, and at that time the pandemic was just spreading around the world. And this book is basically about adapting to new circumstances that you cannot change. So the book will tell you that if you don't adapt, you will perish. And it is a little book that you can read in 2-3 hours maximum, but the benefits you can get from the book are really huge. For number 3, and again, it is a marketing book. So this one is by Seth Godin, and it is called All Marketers Are Liars, or All Marketers Tell Stories. This book will take one aspect why ideas spread, which is stories, and will tell you more about it and how to use it to make your products, your ideas, your beliefs spread. Number 4, I have Contagious, and it is also a marketing book. I got so interested in marketing this year, so I started reading a lot about marketing. And this book is similar in a way to Made to Stick, but this book will answer a question, which is why ideas spread at the first place. The Made to Stick will answer the question why ideas stick, which means how to. You want to make ideas or products that people can remember. But this book will tell you how to make ideas spread, how to make other people talk about your ideas. And the last book I finished this year is a book by John C. Maxwell, and which is 15 Inevitable Laws of Growth. This book is a self-help book that will tell you or talk to you about some aspects, or some principles that you can use in order to grow in all aspects of life. I suggest this one if you are just starting your journey like me. You absolutely have to read this book. So now let's move to the book that I am reading currently. I take like between 30 to 40 days to finish a book. So I am reading this one at the moment, which is The Millionaire Fast Lane. And I really, really love this book. I only got to 1/3. Yeah, of course, I put money on my books to motivate myself to read. If you are interested in knowing how I moved from reading 1 to 3 books every year to reading this year, this is my 6th book, I will make about my tip. And this book is about finance, how to manage money, how to make money the good way, I mean the right way. It will debunk a lot of strategies that a lot of gurus tell you about, invest in stocks, invest in mutual funds, all of the stuff that exists in the US. So now let's move to 3 more books that I want to be reading this year. I only use paper books. It is also another tip that motivates me to start reading, because when I buy the book and I don't read it, I start feeling guilty, and no one wants to spend money and just waste it and not get some benefits from it. So here is another tip. If you want to read more books, start buying paper books. So for what I want to read next, I want to read this one, which is The Tipping Point. I think it is also a marketing book. And this one, which is the 80-20 principle. I think it's management, secrets of achieving more with less. Yeah, it's like a management self-help book. And lastly, I want to read this one, which is Quiet. I considered myself an introvert, and I want to read this book, which is about introverts. And the subtitle is The Power of Introverts in a World That Can't Stop Talking. Yeah, so that's it. So basically, that is it. Just let me know in the comment section if you know some of these books, if you have other recommendations for books for self-help, business, marketing, and all that stuff. Let me know. I'm just sharing my journey with you to become financially free. So if you are interested, subscribe to this YouTube channel. And that's it. Your coffee, but you eat something first. Peace.